Saints. Just taking advantage of their opportunities, putting together some amazing drives there. Stuff we certainly have to look at and make sure that we shore up. And as far as we're concerned, just the penalties. The penalties is really what killed us, in some third and longs that we gave up. And you don't give yourself a chance, when you're sitting in 1st and 20s and those types of things, the untimeliness of the penalties, the field goal block, 2 offsides, giving them another opportunity in that 4th and 1. We end up getting the stop, but still, gives them another shot there. So we talk about our play style, talk about play smart and finish. That did not show up for us today. And that's something that we certainly have to talk about.
You went for a 4th and 1 after making several 4th downs, but you missed that last one. Did you think about taking the field goal there?
I with inches to go, I felt confident in our guys. I wanted to give Chuba the ball on that play, make that 1st down and continue that drive right there. So made that decision. It didn't work out for us.
Dave, what's the mood in the locker room after when it feels like maybe an opportunity might have slipped away?
Yeah, there's two things going on. There's a lot of guys who are really disappointed because of the missed opportunity that we had, and at the same time, there's a lot of great leaders in that locker room that understand we got a lot of football in front of us. We have to make sure that we move on quickly. We look at the film. We make sure we tidy up the things that we need to and get ready for the next game. And that's really got to be the mentality, so we stay together and finish this thing.
The last penalty was necessary roughness. Is that a hard play for a guy to make when he's trying to, know whether the guy's going to go down?
Those are difficult plays, but we have to be smarter in those situations. Tyler's done a great job running the ball in different situations, and we just have to be better about where we're approaching that tackle and making sure that we're not leading with our shoulder, because as he goes down, you're going to end up in that head neck area. And they were great. They were good calls, and those are just situations we have to be more aware of when you're facing a really mobile quarterback.
You've been a very little penalized team for most of the year. What do you attribute what happened today?
I don't know that. Maybe it's coming off the bye week, and just what's resulted in not having penalties has been the discipline of how we've been playing. And for all those penalties to show up the way that they did, this is something that we have to attack head on and have those conversations about when they happen, how they occurred, and make sure that doesn't happen again.
So can you tell us about that last offensive series, kind of what you saw and why you called that last offensive series the way you did? Is there something the defense was showing?
Oh, just trying to take advantage of our matchups and the coverages that I was seeing them roll out there. And we didn't amount to get much. Bryce took a scramble and made a play for us right there. But I thought they did a good job of matching it. And at the end of the day, whether it's zone or man, it ends up in one-on-one matchups, and we count on our guys to get that done.
Defense was very good this year over the last few games. Today, they weren't able to do that, and then kind of pick the defense apart. What do you think? I don't have to watch the tape, but what do you think was working well for them on offense?
We had some near misses. We got the ball down on the ground a couple times. The ball popped up, and they ended up catching the ball, in the red zone and pop right back to the guy. We had a few just unfortunate misses that way, but we were attacking the ball the right way. The effort was there. The physicality, the style of play that we're looking for was there, but the execution was not. And that's the part that we have to look at and talk to the guys about.
Where do you go from here? You guys had an opportunity to really take a hold of the NFC South. What's the message going forward?
Yeah, just get back to work. Trust in our process. It'll lead to good results, and make sure that we look at the things, learn from this, learn from the mistakes that happened throughout this game so that we can go find our best football. That was not it today.
3 games left, 2 of them against Tampa, and that's at your tie. For all that happened today, you're still tied. I mean, what do you think about coming back to Charlotte this coming year?
We're really fortunate to be in this position where we can play the Bucs twice, and have the division opponent in the last 3 games twice. And to me, it's like it plays into a great opportunity for us. But this is going to be about the toughness, mental toughness, to be able to move on, focus on the Bucs this week, and make sure that we shore up the things that we need to find our best football.
Dave, how much thought did you give to taking the field goal there and going up? I think we're in a 2-score game at that point.
I couldn't pass up on 4th and inches right there, and I trust my guys to get that done. And we've been really successful in those situations, and the Saints beat us on that play.
And then what did you think about the defense and kind of what EJ was calling at the game time spot? A lot of it kind of came to light.
Yeah, just Miscommunications we're going to have to look at on the film and make sure we get to the bottom of what happened on those. These are base calls. These are core calls that we know that we trust the guys to execute, and we got to make sure we do that.
Did they ask you about Lathan's penalty?
Yes, they brought up Lathan's, and I think Derek had one earlier. Those are difficult situations, but we can execute those better, and we can make sure that we're aware of as the quarterback is entering how we approach the tackle, and when he starts to go feet first, we have to have the mindset to be able to avoid his upper body there.
It seems like Bryce could have been the beneficiary of one of those calls that maybe he was scrambling. How do you kind of balance when calls aren't going in your way in that aspect?
It's a part of the game, and these are judgment calls that happen at full speed, so we have to be able to trust the officials to do their job in those situations.
Do you lobby them at all? I'm asking to them, please.
I usually just have conversations. If I felt something was close, we have those conversations and make sure that the information gets all the way to the white hat. And but again, they have to make full speed judgment calls, and that's what we go with.
All right, thank you very much, Coach.
Okay, thank you.
touchdown pass. Where do you feel like you guys let it slip away?
Just like execution. Credit to them. They played. They played well. They did everything. We always give credit to our opponents, but for us, we are a team who prides ourselves on finish. Didn't get that done today. It's not going to feel good for 24 hours. We're going to go back and grow from it, and then turn the page.
You would have had a chance to clinch next week if you'd have won today, but it's still right. You still control what you can do in the division. How do you make sure you get over this right away?
Just want to go 1-0. That's always a mindset. Again, we'll watch the film. We'll live it for these 24 hours. After that, just turn the page. That's all that matters.
Bruce, you guys have been so aggressive going on fourth downs all year. How confident were you that Chuba was going to be able to convert that one?
Yeah, of course. Always have confidence in us. Coach has confidence in us. That's always, obviously didn't go our way today, but I'm always going to have confidence in this team, in this unit, in this group. So at the end of the day, it just comes down to execution.
What's the message in the locker room after that when there's such disappointment after the way the game went, but knowing you guys have everything in front of you at home next week?
Yeah, just turn the page. Again, we have 24 hours. We're going to go back tomorrow. Everyone's going to own it. We have a locker room full of guys who look in the mirror, who want to be better. And we're going to do that. We're going to grow. And then after that, it's every week we want to go 1-0. That won't change. When we're back during the week, we'll be 0-0, and, it'll be everything we can to focus during the week to give ourselves the best shot.
Uncharacteristic penalties kind of on both sides of the ball today. How much do you feel like those ended up costing?
Yeah, we pride ourselves in playing smart, and again, a lot of penalty yards. That as a leader, I take accountability for that. We want to make sure that we're playing clean, we're playing smart. Whether it's something we can, get better at in practice, whatever it may be. Again, I have full faith in everyone. Again, that's not our style of ball, but you got to turn the page. Again, for me, I take that accountability. We want to play clean, but again, it is what it is.
Everybody okay?
Appreciate it.
Thank you.